Hi, this is Egan. I share transformational tools and then I show you how to use them. Today we're going to talk about an 8-step law of attraction strategy that I use. I use it in my own life when I want to manifest something. I also use it with clients who come to me when they're trying to really manifest what they want. And very effective. Every time I go in to create something, pretty much I have to work through these different stages or these things happen. So let's break it down. Number one is you have to have a very clear goal. For the purpose of this video, I'll use the example of getting a new car. And I'll basically share with you what I did to get a brand new car. So my goal, number one, was I now own a brand new car. This is what I began to tell myself. If you just want a car or a used car or a reliable car, you'll have to decide what you want. But set a clear goal for whatever it is you want to manifest. Know what it is you're actually trying to create, so as if you could tell another human being, yeah, this is what I want. Or if you're going to a restaurant, please bring me this. So please bring me a brand new car. Know the goal. Number two is feeling. You have to know on some level what feeling you're trying to get from having that thing that you want to manifest. What's it going to give you? So you have to go inside and say, well, if I had a brand new car, how would I feel? Now, for myself, since I was trading out an older car for a brand new car, I wanted to feel comfortable. I wanted to drive in style. So what I was basically affirming was, I now own a brand new car. I feel comfortable. And I would really feel that. The next thing that kind of comes into play is desire. What is your level of desire to have this thing, to manifest it in your life? If you have a strong desire or a strong need, like you really, really need it, like an emergency or something, you will tend to have a strong desire and be more magnetic to it. If you don't have a strong desire, if it's, well, maybe I could have it, I kind of want it, it'll take a longer time. So you do need a strong desire. You really want this thing. When I was looking for a new car, and let's say that happened several years ago, at first I was like, I would like to have a new car. I don't need one desperately right now, but I do want a brand new car, and I don't want to do payments. I want to just pay for it in cash. A couple of years passed, and when I was getting ready to move, and I said, well, now I kind of really need the new car because I'm going to move to another state, and I don't want to take the old car with me, my desire level was much stronger. And so therefore, I attracted the resources to actually get the brand new car. After desire, what often comes up is, how clear are you? And that means, do you have the belief system? Do you have the consciousness, to really be magnetic to this thing? So what I've often had to do with myself and other people who've come to me is get them clear. You might have to clear an old belief, an emotion, a thought, I can't have this thing, or I don't deserve it, or it's not possible. So usually there's some type of clearing, that's needed. And that might be simply, becoming conscious of your beliefs and maybe changing some of them to allow the new thing into your life. After clearing, technique. You need some type of technique. Some people do prayer. Some people do affirmation or visualization, or I've seen everything under the sun for people to focus their consciousness, because whatever you focus on expands. But you need to have some type of technique. For me, when I was looking for a new car, I imagine I was sitting in my old car and driving a new car. So that was kind of like a visualization, kind of like living out, the reality of it. But I also, on a daily basis, would affirm, I now own a brand new car. I feel comfortable. So find a technique that works for you. I will share other ones in other videos about strategies, but You just have to sort of experiment. Some people do mind treatment or a prayer or visualization or what have you, but have a technique. Once you have the technique, you want to go on to the next step, which is practice. You need to practice it every day, ideally a couple of times a day. So, it might be when you get up in the morning and say, okay, what's my list of things I'm trying to manifest? I now own a brand new car. I feel comfortable. I now have the perfect living space. I feel at peace. I'm now with a wonderful partner. I feel loved. But you need to sort of do it on a daily basis so it becomes a normal, natural part of the fabric of your reality. And so you just sort of imprint it on your subconscious mind and get used to focusing on it. If you do affirmations, it helps to do it 3 times a day, in the morning, midday, and before you go to bed at night. But after you have a technique, practice it. Once you're clear on the goal and you're clear on your desire and you know what you want to feel and you have a technique and you're practicing it, there's a certain amount of detachment that comes around. The best way I would describe it, it's sort of like going to a restaurant and giving your order. You know what you want, you ask for it, and then you're sort of waiting. You're not, anxiously waiting every second for them to bring your food. You're not obsessing about it. You're not analyzing how they're going to cook the food or where they're getting the food from or who's the chef that night. There's sort of a detachment and a relaxation, a sort of a trust that you put in your order, and when it shows up, it'll show up. So detachment, trusting the timing of it. I like to say that everything happens in perfect timing, because when things show up in my life, I often say, you know what, that actually was perfect timing. If I had gotten earlier, that wouldn't have been quite right, and later, that might have been too late. So there's a sense of detachment and a trust. And finally, when you receive it, simply expressing gratitude. Thank you, universe. Thank you, life. Thank you. I'm so grateful that I now have this. By the way, expressing gratitude is actually a good law of attraction technique. Thank you for this brand new car. I feel so comfortable. That's another way you can do an affirmation. Okay, so that is the 8-step dance step of the law of attraction. Apply it. Pick something now in your own life. Write out your goal, know how you want to feel, and go through those steps. And I wish you all the success in manifesting your heart's desires, and I'll see you in the next video.